Final segment of ATL Day Ones with Jarvis and Tenitra. We want to say thank you for continuing to rock with us throughout the entire show. We really, really
Yeah.
appreciate you for that. And also, remember, you can download us wherever you get your podcast. For those who are watching us on YouTube, we thank you as well. But, wherever you download your podcast, make sure you go and leave a 5-star review. We really appreciate that
We do.
from you in advance because we know you're going to do it because you all always do what we ask you to do. That's why we're at over 1,700 subscribers and pushing for 2,000. We're trying to get there before July 26th because we know it's going down when the Falcons report for training camp. That's just what we do right here on the show. But T, this is For the Culture.
Yes, it
And
is.
it is the intersection between sports, entertainment, and the culture, and sometimes wherever the heck we want to talk about. That's how we get down. That's just what we do. And today is a pretty, it's a pretty special day because, as you all know, Tenitra is a super duper uber fan of the Chicago Bulls, and it is the 25th anniversary of the game-winning shot for the Bulls that when they won their 5th championship against the Utah Jazz. This is the famous kick-out shot. This is the shot that I was praying that it did not go in. Yeah, I used to pray for stuff like that back in the day. Yeah, I've grown since then. So
You've evolved.
just so you know, I've evolved as a Christian. So I think this is one of those things that it was like one of those moments, right? Because if you grow up being a fan in the NBA and just kind of looking at how things went down for Steve Kerr, and it's just, I find it interesting that today that, the results last night kind of spoke to what we're potentially coming up upon for the Golden State Warriors and them getting the win
Yes.
last night. And just like I mentioned, my boy Klay Thompson, he out here talking about, hey man, I'm just trying to friggin' win. But
Right.
he did exactly what he
Yes.
needed to do in
Yes.
order for the Golden State Warriors to friggin' get a win.
He absolutely did. He did. And also we talked about X factors before. One of your X factors when we talked about the Warriors, if you will, was Andrew Wiggins, and he really did show up and show out last night. And we even talked
Man,
about Marcus
huge.
Smart being an X factor for the Celtics. And hey, he was when he needed to be in that third quarter. Unfortunately, he was a part of the unraveling of the Celtics in that fourth quarter with that
Yes.
technical. It just did not go well. But
Mm-hmm.
ultimately speaking, we still feel like, it still feels like a pick'em series. I would not doubt if there is a game 7 at all. But on the same token, we called out an X factor of mentality and whose
Yeah.
mentality was going to take them where they needed to be. And I saw something in the eyes of the Warriors at the end of that third quarter, and particularly the beginning of the fourth quarter, that said, we're winning this game. Like we're not going back to Boston down 3-2. We're going back to Boston up 3-2, the end. And as soon as you saw that mindset, coupled with the fact that you get a Jordan Poole buzzer beater at the end of
Right.
the,
That
the
helped.
third quarter, that's all you think. Yeah, exactly. That's all you wrote. But if you think that the guy who is orchestrating it all is a bad man, if you think he's a bad man on the sidelines that won Steve Kerr, he was a bad man on the court as well. And some of you,
Despise that guy.
well, he's gonna
Yeah,
always
I
be
know the
loved for
feeling.
me. In fact,
Right.
I met him for the first time a couple years ago, and I was like, "Is it you?" And he was like, "So."
That's
We were
cool.
both on Rodeo Drive at and they happened to be playing the Lakers, but he had come in a day early or whatever. But anywho,
Mhm.
Steve Kerr, I say that to say, good guy, always at the forefront of social justice issues, and just as nice in person as you see the guy, at the podium, if you will. But for me, he will always have a special place because I remember, just betting, talking around, playing around with friends, and somebody was just determined that Utah was going to win it after they'd taken game 1. It's like, yeah, they're going to get it in
They just
5,
hating.
and I was like,
Yeah,
are you
that's all
foolish?
they were doing.
No,
Yeah.
it's Bulls and Sticks. Like something must be wrong with you. And he was like, how much do you believe that? Oh, I believe it enough to get a ticket and go
Ooh,
check it out because I'm
wow.
going to see them win in game 6. I had never been to Chicago, didn't know anybody in Chicago, didn't have a ticket, by the way. Just
Uh-huh.
got on a flight and flew to Chicago for the day and
Wow.
said, I'm going to see this game. And I just went to someone and I was like, how do I get a Bulls ticket? Because I'm going to see them win a championship tonight. That's really
Wow.
all it took.
That's amazing.
And got in
Wow.
that building. And literally, Chicago will always get love for me because it was standing room only at that time, just like the Hawks started doing, for
Right.
this
Nice.
season. And I was in standing room only and ended up getting a seat. People took care of me. I had food. I made fast friends. And we could see Jordan having a conversation with Steve Kerr. And it turns out that conversation was him saying, I'm going to kick the ball out to you, right? And you better hit that shot. So that was all
Wow.
orchestrated and expected.
And
But
for
to
those who didn't see it,
go back
Tenitra
to
showed the
YouTube,
ticket stub
yes,
for
that's what,
being at the game. So she's not flexing
no,
or putting on or capping,
no,
however you young folks talk
yeah,
nowadays. Man,
that
I just
happened.
said that. Yeah, but
Yeah,
anyway, yeah, she showed the ticket stub for
yeah.
her being at the game. But yeah, that is super, super,
it,
super
it
cool
was it
because
was
to be in one
amazing.
of those
And
moments, yeah.
yeah, it's one of those where I tell you, it still ranks right up there as maybe the number one experience of my entire life. It was just, and that's one of those things where I hope for the sports fan, because Jarvis and I here on ATL Day Ones, we are still sports fans and we appreciate sports at the end of the day. I hope that each and every person can have that kind of amazing experience, just like the amazing experience you have every time you stop by ATL Day Ones as your first stop on the Locked On Sports Network. But we hope you also have an amazing time when you check out A to Z with Mark Zeno, because you should check that out each and every day as well. So come back and join us tomorrow. As always, we will be talking all things Sports Atlanta. You guys be safe because it is hot in these ATL streets today.
Y'all come
See
back
ya.
now. You hear? Please turn on the AC.